Your most iconic fit gets rated by Sarah Jessica Parker.
Rapid fire.
Wow, that's a name I heard a lot in my house.
What do you think? This is one of the worst outfits I've ever seen.
Pinstripes is very dandy. What does it say? Make the rich.
Horrific
Rich
what
pay.
this guy's wearing. I can't stand it,
Wow.
personally.
Yeah.
Whatever, it's crap.
He's got skinny legs.
No!
Fashion police. Okay.
No.
No! Fuck you, Adam! Adam, you fucking bitch. Dude, you have to show a sexy photo of me now. What the hell? I love Sex in the City. I texted him, I can't believe you showed SJP that photo. I will not hide you anymore.
Last one. This is a full circle moment.
Okay.
This is gonna get picked up. It's time. Let's.
Yeah, that's right. Hiding card revoked. The president of women just cooked you, dog. I know. SJP, Students for Justice in Palestine, but also Sarah Jessica Parker. This is crazy. This is crazy. Oh my God. She's the president of white women. Yes. Oh God. Maybe nothing ever happens. Who knows? You know? Who knows, chat? You hold the cards. What is this? Good timeline. Hasan day off. Yeah, I'm not taking a fucking day off tomorrow. Are you kidding me? I don't think you understand what happens when I take a fucking day off. Also, as far as the other dude's analysis, the Twitter guy who's like, oh, will there be carrier strike groups moving in the region? It's like, isn't there already a fuck ton of carrier strike groups in the region since October 7? So, you know.
With our orders.
All right. U.S. military in Los Angeles can temporarily detain protesters, says the commander.
Directed by the president, the Secretary of Defense has mobilized. Right now, it's 4,700 personnel, so 4,000 from the California National Guard, 700 Marines. And our mission is to protect federal agencies, our federal partners, their personnel as they conduct their federal mission.
Yo, when will you stop promoting terrorism? Brother, I'm sorry to say this to you, but when the American government is doing terrorism, I have to cover it. Not a promotion of terrorism. I'm actually criticizing the terror that the American government is doing. But you know, what do you got to do? You can't just like turn a blind eye to this kind of terror coming from the government.
And even more in particular, as they do the enforcement of federal law, and then also to protect all federal assets and federal facilities that are located in the locations where there have been demonstrations lately. I don't have the numbers that are on the ICE, done the actual ICE operations. We have 1,000 that have done operations so far. That is both the protection of the installations or the federal buildings, and then also protection of federal law enforcement as they conduct their mission. On Title 10, on federal orders, these soldiers do not conduct law enforcement operations that like arrests or search and seizure. They are strictly used for the protection of the federal personnel as they conduct their operations and to protect them, to allow them to do their federal mission. So strictly for the protection of the federal personnel and the protection of the federal building, they're allowed to temporarily detain and wait for law enforcement to come and arrest them. They do not do any arrest.
They're gonna do a citizen's arrest with lethal weapons. Yep. When you look at Trump's cratering immigration numbers, remember what Zohran Mamdani was already doing 3 months ago, while the rest of the Democratic Party was still twiddling their thumbs on detaining student protesters and giving ICE more power. As with healthcare, Israel, Palestine, populism, wealth inequality, and more, the left is caught leading the argument on immigration, while the Democratic and centrist establishment spent all time scolding it. Campaign mailer targeting Jewish voters by pro-Como super PAC. Fix the city, says Mamdani rejects Jewish rights for refusing to recognize Israel as a Jewish state. Cool, man. What if you just walk away from the military? Can they kill you? Dude, I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea what these fucking crayon eaters are gonna do.
They're strictly there to detain, to wait for law enforcement to come and handle those demonstrators. There are 2,000 on duty right now that are actually ready to perform operations and performing operations. There are additional 2,000 that are mobilizing right now. They're mustering is the term, and preparing. They'll be ready tomorrow at approximately 1,500 to be ready to come and start their training. to get their person in because they are National Guard, they are reserve component. And then the Marines are here at Naval Weapons Station, Seal Beach. Well, we go through extensive training to do this. They are trained to use their weapons, to actually have their weapons, to do their personal protection. They're doing that. But this is crowd control. This is stuff that we do not do usually. And this is working with federal law enforcement and really working. They're in the lead. We're supporting.
Yeah, you want to see the extensive training? Hold on. Here.
Do ba 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 do boo do a boo ba do ba do boo boo ba do a do ba do ba do a do ba do ba do 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 a do ba do ba do a do ba do ba do ba do ba do a do ba do ba do a do ba do ba do ba do a do ba do ba do ba do ba do a do 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 a do ba do ba do a do ba do ba do ba do ba do.
This part is my favorite.
A do ba do ba do 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 ba do do ba 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 do boo do a boo ba do boo boo ba do. A do ba do ba do a do ba do ba do 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 a do ba do ba do a do ba do ba do ba do ba do a do ba do ba do a do ba do ba do ba do a do ba do ba do ba do ba do a do 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 a do ba do ba do a do ba do ba do ba do ba do a do ba do ba do 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 a do,
yeah. Yay. I don't know why they're like looking at how to apprehend dead people. It's just crazy because like Carrie says, American cops are the least trained on the planet. Literally the bottom of the chart you can find, except like this is a force that is somehow even less fucking trained than the American police. The bottom of the well is deep, okay? We have yet to reach the bottom. Like, think about it this way. American police are fucking dog shit. I mean, they're violent deliberately. They're violent on purpose. Their crowd dispersal techniques are actually, ironically, military techniques that they got from the Israeli occupying force. But these guys are not even fucking usually armed with less lethal weapons. Like at most, they will do like embassy protection. I was listening to a story this morning about, I forget where it was, where like Marines were deployed as backup. And the cops were like, hey, cover my six. And they just started offering suppressive fire with lethal weapons. And the cops were like, what the fuck are you doing? Like they just started literally opening fire, like suppressive fire. Was it Katrina? Like cops say, protect my six. Marines immediately, cops say, protect my six. Can you offer us cover? And they just start opening fire with lethal weapons. And the cops are like, what the fuck are you doing? You're not supposed to do that. He's like, well, you said protect my six. Like that means shoot. You do suppressive fire. That's what cover means. Field talk is very different than police talk. Speaking as a former Marine, I know it's just like these guys should, first of all, these guys should be nowhere near conflict in general. Okay. I'm sorry. They shouldn't even be doing that in fucking Fallujah either. All right. Like those are people too. And this exceptional use of force is going to inevitably lead to casualties. Like they're gonna fucking kill American citizens on U.S. soil. Yeah, get these fucking crayon eaters to go out and build high-speed rail or some shit, okay? Why the fuck? Oh my God. One bad hamburger at McDonald's does not make the whole institution bad. I mean, McDonald's is the best analogy, but not the one that suits your purpose here, okay? Because it's all bad, you know? It's just as deadly of a force in terms of creating extra obesity. So yeah, Americans, when when in need of doing an analogy, imagine a burger. Imagine a burger. Oh, I'm imagining one. I'm eating one right now. New video captures confusion when guardsman shoots at car during 2020 unrest.
First tonight, the never-before-seen video of the moment the National Guard fired shots at a civilian in a car in Minneapolis.
5 Investigates just obtained that video after a year-long fight for data in the case. Investigative reporter Eric Rasmussen is here with what it shows and the questions the video is raising.
Right, and you know, this all goes back.
No,
So I know a lot of people probably don't realize this, but I think history is important. So I wanted to tell you guys about how the U.S. Marines were actually deployed to Los Angeles in 1992 following the Rodney King verdict, where there were 4 LAPD officers that were found acquitted of using excess force against Rodney King, which led to widespread looting, rioting, and arson across Los Angeles. So on May 1st, President George H.W. Bush invoked the Insurrection Act, which authorized the deployment of federal forces under Operation Garden Plot, which was the Department of Defense's civil disturbance plan. And approximately 1,500 Marines from Camp Pendleton, California were
Thank you for the 50 gifted subs. Shouts out to Burgles.
Sent to assist in restoring order alongside 2,500 Army soldiers from Fort Ord and over 10,000 California National Guard troops. Now, the Marines that were primarily from the 1st Marine Division were tasked with providing security, manning checkpoints, and patrolling high-risk areas, particularly in South Los Angeles and Compton. They supported the California National Guard and LAPD in maintaining order and enforcing a dusk till dawn curfew, which was imposed by Mayor Tom Bradley at the time. Now, the Marines operated under Joint Task Force Los Angeles, which was led by Major General Marvin Covalt, and they worked alongside federalized National Guard units and local police, though there was obviously coordination challenges that arose due to the federalization process and differing operational approaches. Now, just to be clear, no Marines were killed or seriously injured, and they did not kill or wound any civilians.
I can't wait for Xi's birthday parade, military parade that no one can protest coming out. Oh, wait, that's Trump in America. Lol, GG America was a good run. Reposting for ADHD. Bro, you don't have to flex on us, okay? Not only do you get to live in the land of the free, the home of the brave, China, okay? You then fucking flex. You then get to flex in the chat. It's so annoying that for years and years, I've been advocating to take all of the good parts of Chinese governance, high-speed rail, even development, a genuine interest in like improving the material conditions of all citizens unconditionally. And we literally took all of the worst and sometimes even exaggerated parts of Chinese governance. These motherfuckers talk about Tiananmen Square and they do a Tiananmen Square every fucking weekend, dude. They're like, oh, I can't believe China did Tiananmen Square. Remember Tiananmen Square Massacre? Tiananmen Square Massacre? It's like, dude, why do we do Tiananmen Square, but we don't do fucking any of the cool shit? They're like, oh, dude, mass surveillance in the Chinese state. It's really fucking suppressive. They're blackbagging people for saying Israel shouldn't kill children. Oh, mass suppression of speech. It's so scary. China's so scary. It's like, God forbid you fucking protest. They will kill you. They will use the Marines to fucking kill you. We're now implementing Palantir technology on warrantless surveillance, artificial intelligence backed warrantless surveillance on every American citizen on U.S. soil. What the fuck do you mean, China? We don't even have the basic safeguards that the Chinese government has in terms of their fucking firewall. Look at Douyin and then look at TikTok. It's bullshit.
During the entirety of the time that they were there. However, there was one significant incident that highlighted the communication issues between the LAPD and the Marines, because during a domestic dispute response in Compton, 2 police officers were fired upon with a shotgun, and one of the officers shouted, "Cover me," to the Marines, intending for them to be ready to fire if needed, but the Marines interpreted that cover as...
Terrible take. Tiananmen Square with tanks repeatedly running over corpses so they can be washed away easier. You're better at this. No, I'm not better than this. What the fuck are you saying? You're not listening to my fucking words, man. What are you talking about, dude? We talk about insane surveillance in Xinjiang, which is true, okay? There is a lot of fucking surveillance. And then you're looking at a fucking government that is implementing Palantir tech, and the previous administration arrested peaceful protesters, student activists, for the crime of speaking out against Israel's genocide that is infinitely worse than anything China did in Xinjiang, and it's a million times worse than fucking Tiananmen Square, okay? What the fuck? What are you talking about? You guys are hallucinating. You're like, nah, dude, you don't understand. China is always worse, bro. Is always fucking worse. Okay, keep fucking deluding yourself. Okay, yeah, 1 million people were murdered in Tiananmen Square. We got unprecedented authoritarianism that resembles some of the most exaggerated claims that we fucking apply to the Chinese state happening in real time. And motherfuckers are still going, nah, it's worse over there. It's like, okay, well, you don't live over there. You live here with me. I live here. I don't want that. I'm saying I don't fucking want that. And you're still going, nah, China's worse though. Are you Chinese? Do you live in China? Do I look like I'm speaking fucking Mandarin? I'm speaking English, motherfucker. I'm in America. Shut the fuck up.
Providing suppressive fire, and they fired approximately 200 rounds into the house. Remarkably, nobody was injured or harmed as a result, but it became a cautionary tale about the risks of miscommunication between military and civilian law enforcement. So I know a lot of people probably don't realize this, but I think history is important. So I wanted to tell you guys about how the U.S. Marines were actually deployed to Los Angeles in 1992.
Ni hao, fine shit. Okay, that's true. Okay, I would like to correct the record. In a moment of passion, I accidentally said I am not Chinese. This was wrong. This was a mistake. I am white Chinese. Okay, I am Chinese in both my heart and my soul and my nationality and my ethnic background. I am white Chinese. Okay, this is true. It was a mistake to say that I am not white Chinese. I am actually white Chinese from Xinjiang. In my heart of hearts. And in my soul, I am white Chinese. President Xi, save me. President Xi, please save me. On all levels except physical, I am Chinese. True. Anyway, where the fuck were we? Oh, we were talking about the Navy SEALs.
Them, it's really about protecting federal facilities and federal personnel as they do their job.
ICE continues to carry out raids.
Oh my God. What the is that? Him and my boyfriend will say that they are more Chinese than I am.
I am white Chinese.
你会说中文吗?
I don't know how to speak Mandarin.
Oh, yeah, what she said.
Yeah, do you?
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Ni hao.
No, you don't. The way I feel about China is the classic Wow Mao edit of Alex Jones. Okay? Wasn't it Wow Mao that edited the Alex Jones thing? Does anyone have it? We need to play that. Come on. No, it's Xi Jinping. No, Wow Mao made the fucking edit for Alex. Shut up, chatters. Thank you. There's one chatter that sent the link from Deprogram.
Get up to the third heaven. I've been jacked into the big plan. I've seen it. I can't even compute all of it. It's so fantastical. You've not seen nothing. You ain't heard nothing. You ain't smelled nothing like this. I don't have words to tell you. But I tell you, anybody tries to get in the way of the incredible plan the big guys got for us has got me pissed, and I'm just begging to stay on the team, man. Just put me in the game, coach. Whatever you say, coach. I know I'm weak. I know I'm pathetic. Man, you're amazing. I'm so lucky you made me. What do I do, Bob? Like a hunting dog, man. Just take me out of the house. Just turn me on them. Just tell me what I got to do. Tell me how I serve you. Tell me what I can do for you right now. Woo!
Okay,
let me tell you, I've been
taking
taken up to the third heaven.
So
I've been jacked into the big plan. I've seen it. I can't even compute all of it. It's so fantastical. You've not seen nothing. You ain't heard nothing. You ain't smelled nothing like this. I don't have words to tell you. But I tell you, anybody tries to get in the way of the incredible plan the big guys got for us has got me pissed, and I'm just begging to stay on the team, man. Just put me in the game, coach. Whatever you say, coach. I know I'm weak. I know I'm pathetic. Man, you're amazing. I'm so lucky you made me. What do I do, Bob? Like a hunting dog, man. Just take me out of the house. Just turn me on them. Just tell me what I got to do. Tell me how I serve you. Tell me what I can do for you right now.
Yeah, I fucking love this video so much. This and the may Allah awaken the people to the evil doings of Israel and the United States. Those are the two, I think, like, in terms of best memes ever made, those two live in my mind and have, it's just like, it's an all-time great because it's just never going away. You know what I mean? It's universal. It will never go away. It will always be relevant. Imagine being a China stan. My favorite social imperialist state. Yes, exactly. That's it. That's what I just want fucking social safety nets, man. I've given up on everything. Okay. I want social safety nets and I want a non-interventionist approach to foreign policy, and I want high-speed rail. If you don't want those things, then that's all right, you know? Yeah, I do. That's what I want. Also, what is social imperialist? The fuck? Oh, chat is just like, say shit. Oh, my Lord. I'm not even going to discuss this. Yes, you're right. I want Chinese imperialism, and I want the Chinese imperialism to come to my backyard, and I want the Chinese imperialism to dominate me. My soul.
Across Southern California, even in the middle of the controversy and chaos. New video shows dozens of car wash workers being detained by federal agents, including at least one customer. So far, community members have spotted federal...
Bro, they're detaining customers too? Jeez. They're such freaks, dude.
Immigration agents taking car wash workers into custody at around half a dozen locations in Los Angeles County.
Thank God. They're violently apprehending these criminals, dude. Car wash employees that work for $7.25 an hour. Thank God.
Sandra Mitchell is
hey guys, thank God we're not, you know, doing Chinese style shit, okay? Because this would be evil, gross, and terroristic if it was Chinese.
live in Westchester, where she spoke with the victim's family. Sandra.
Yeah, Micah and Cher, this is one of the car washes that...
Thank God we're doing this in the American way, which makes me think it's not gross or fucked up.
...that was targeted, and the witnesses tell us this was a case of agents saying, we're taking you into custody, we're going to ask questions later, and the family members who witnessed it were stunned. This video shared on social media shows 15-year-old Brian Vasquez screaming at border...
The cartel ran car wash workers that supply drugs to America? You can't be serious, right? There's no way you actually believe this. Like, you're making a joke about what Republicans say, right? There's no... Okay, you're trolling. Okay.
Patrol agents as they take his father into custody.
I just grabbed him and I told him to promise me that to not sign anything, that I'll see him very soon.
In raids across L.A., immigration enforcement agents targeted car washes. 48-year-old Arturo Vasquez was at Culver City Car Wash as a customer with his family Sunday morning when he was apprehended.
I promised him that I'll take care of my brothers and my mom, so he won't have to worry about anything.
Vasquez was in...
Yes, the Macy's is correct. For those of you who don't understand, this is why people are protesting. This is who people are protesting for, okay? This is why I'm out in the fucking streets too. And this is why you should be out in the fucking streets as well. These are unimaginably cruel, unimaginably violent acts. These are the types of people that literally give so much to their communities and get nothing in return. And the way we decide to repay them is by fucking their lives up, just kidnapping them at their place of business while calling them fucking rapist criminals, dude. It is so disgusting.
In the U.S. illegally, but his family insists he has no criminal record.
They were gone. Everyone was gone. I got in contact with a couple people and they confirmed that he was taken.
Noemi Ciel tells KTLA her husband, an employee at Westchester Hand Wash for 10 years, also was taken into custody Sunday.
I miss him a lot.
Ciel says it's been hard to explain what's happening to the couple's 4 children.
My 5-year-old, he thinks that his dad's still at work. Also, my 10-year-old, he kind of understands what's going on.
Ciel says they knew that the Trump administration had warned for months about immigration enforcement, but she never expected her husband to be targeted.
I just want to know where he's at and if he's okay. And of course, for him to come home.
Both of the families that I talk with tonight say they have not heard.
As Donald Trump is in the fucking at the Kennedy Center watching Les Mis, the next round of nuclear negotiations between the United States and Iran have been canceled. Sick.
From their loved ones since they were taken into custody yesterday morning. By the way, a local car wash association that represents these families is working with them. We are live tonight in Westchester. I'm Sandra Mitchell, KTLA 5 News. Back to you, Micah and Cher.
Thank you, Sandra.
All right, fear and uncertainty are spreading through many parts of Southern California.
Yes, reports and videos of ICE agents spotted near factories and in warehouses. They have many workers choosing not to show up. As KCAL's Jasmine.
I can't begin to stress now that this is happening in my fucking backyard. I've been talking about this quite a bit, but now that this is literally happening in my own goddamn backyard, I can't stress this enough. The environment of tension is created by ICE activity. There was no tension before. There was no tension prior. No Californian would ever tell you like they felt scared about seeing like a Latino person working in a fucking car wash or going to school with you know, Hispanic classmates or whatever. These people are our neighbors. These people are wonderful contributors to the American economy. These people are a part of the social fabric that makes up the entire state, the entire city. And now what's terrifying is federal agents coming in, mass federal agents coming in and just ripping away these people from our communities and fucking kidnapping them. It's disgusting. I cannot understand how people just look at this and go, well, they shouldn't have been here illegally. It's like, I don't care, okay? I don't give a fuck. I don't even care if they weren't actually contributing to the economy, if they weren't actually contributing to commerce. I don't care. They're just human beings, man. They're just fucking living. What kind of, like, what kind of output do you have, you know? I don't give a fuck. I don't care. They deserve amnesty. They deserve so much more than just amnesty. They deserve an apology. They deserve financial compensation for how much we have used and abused these people. Some of the hardest working motherfuckers out there, dude. It is crazy. And we're just being so incredibly cruel to them for no fucking reason other than soothing the violent demands of some of the most racist pieces of shit in this country.
In Vila reports, some business owners say the agencies or the absences are putting a serious dent in production.
From the outside Tuesday, it appears to be business as usual in this industrial area of Vernon, southeast of downtown LA. But inside some of these warehouses, workers and company owners say it looks drastically different. Many people aren't showing up to work out of fear of ICE raids following the administration's directive to crack down on illegal immigration.
You have family? I have family inside. It's terrible. It's a scare. Because a lot of family don't have paper.
This woman, who only wanted to be identified as Elizabeth, rushed to this meatpacking warehouse to check on friends when she saw cell phone video posted online of ICE agents allegedly at this address.
Text or say to the friends, I'm here to see it. I not see anything.
The people abroad often do not know the real cause of German-Jewish legislation. The statistics are most persuasive. Nonetheless, we held back at the beginning of our work. We had much more important things to do than take on a question of such great scope. It is entirely the fault of Jewry that things turned out differently. Yeah, the way that the prosecution post-Nuremberg race laws was identical, okay? We are, like, it is a process of denaturalizing people, right? And I think the cruelty doesn't begin with ICE raids. The cruelty begins with not offering citizenship to these people to begin with, not accelerating the process of citizenship to these people that have been living on U.S. soil. But tell them, no, you gotta pick you. The dehumanization begins at the point of keeping these people deliberately in a status of legal limbo, in a migration status of legal limbo. And then after years and years of refusing to allow them to have the proper authorization, we just discard of them for political purpose. These are human beings with families, dreams, things that they want to accomplish, things that they already have accomplished. They're members of the community. It's insane how fucking how cruel we are.
The city of Vernon confirming Tuesday that no federal immigration enforcement action took place at this warehouse on Downey Road. Around the corner, Alex, a business owner who also wants to remain anonymous, says his employees saw ICE agents at 50th and Soto Monday. He says he had 15 workers call out Tuesday.
That's a 35%, and my productivity level goes down, and it's just bad for everything.
One of my classmates had her whole family taken away from her, and she found out in school she's the reason I go out and protest. Yeah.
Involved. I used to ship, let's say, 100 packages a day. I only ship 15, 20. So it's killing the business drastically. I'm sure it's for everybody who's in this area.
This Is the cell phone video that was posted to social media Tuesday that fueled the fears and concerns among many of the industrial workers here in Vernon. It appears to show.
They just raided a church in Downey. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. In the last administration, there were at least like some remaining safeguards. One of the most damning things that the Trump administration did the first time around was to greatly increase the number of internal deportations. Okay. Under Democratic leadership, oftentimes there is a larger migration pattern, and the Democrats will apprehend at the border and immediately deport. Okay, that process is also cruel, obviously, but that's the reason why their numbers are much higher usually than the Republican numbers. But Trump comes in and says, I am going to deport as many people as possible. Last time when he was in power, in an effort to increase the number of deportations, he greatly increased the number of not criminal deportations, but instead regular fucking citizen deportations internally. Okay, people that have been living here for an extended period of time. But there was one area that he was too afraid to touch: schools and churches. This time around, he's also hitting schools and he's also hitting churches. I remember covering, how are you anti-Israel but love immigration? Wait, what? How are these two things? I'm anti-Israel because Israel is a settler colonial enterprise. I love immigration because technically I am an immigrant. I'm a natural born anchor baby that grew up in a different country and came here when I was 18 years old. I was profoundly fortunate to be able to come here, but I know that there are those who are infinitely less fortunate than myself also trying to come here. What the fuck does this mean? Got them? What got what? Do you think I'm anti-Israel because, Jews just immigrated to the region? Is that what you think? Is that how Israel was developed? What? Like, what Israel did is unironically how Republicans fantasize immigration works in this country. Like, what Israel actually did, settler colonial violence, is ironically how America was formed, of course. But that is how current Americans, modern day right-wing reactionary Americans, believe immigration is happening at gunpoint, with a superior military forcing people outside of their homes so that someone from Guatemala can come in and sit inside of your house and make it his because it was promised to him. What? Blau is so libbed up. Oh, you got me. Fuck. God damn it. I saw only the statement and I didn't see the image and you got me.
ICE agents inside of a warehouse's break room. But the CBS News confirmed team says this video is actually from a plant in Omaha, Nebraska.
This tells more people to stay home. More videos, they're not going to come to work.
Another operations manager at a warehouse here says 30 of his employees called out. And after days of anti-ICE protests in downtown LA and tensions running high, workers say they fear it will only get worse for many undocumented immigrants trying to make a living.
Everybody is scared.
In Vernon, Jasmine Veal, KCAL News.
Breaking story on Boyle Heights, where we are working to piece this together. A crash involving federal agents.
Yeah, they are not allowed in employee-only areas, technically, but I don't think ICE abides by those standards at all.
And we have some new information within the past hour.
Eyewitness News reporter Leo Stallworth is there live. And Leo, what did you find out?
Well, the Department of Homeland Security just issuing information.
This is an insane story, by the way. I saw it.
Saying that what happened right out here on this street this morning was no hit and run crime. This was a targeted arrest of a violent rioter who hit a federal agent. Here's more. A horrifying moment for several people in this white car as federal agents rammed the vehicle multiple times before pinning the vehicle in between the agents' vehicles. The feds then scrambling out of a truck and an SUV this morning just before 11 in Boyle Heights. Surveillance cameras from a nearby store capturing it all. Federal agents training their weapons on the car soon after. An agent tosses tear gas canisters near the vehicle. Inside of the car, a male driver, a woman passenger, a toddler, and a baby in the back seat. Witnesses say the feds dragging the male out of the car and taking off, leaving the children screaming and the woman frantic. She was treated by paramedics before being transported to a hospital. This man says agents basically nabbed an American citizen born in the United States.
But he was an American citizen, and they're hitting him off the car. And they're hitting him off the car. And
How do you know he was an American citizen?
Because I know him, his family, and that's my niece and nephew. And they just hit him off the car and everything. And then they were using force and everything, pulling out guns while kids are in the car. Like, that's not right. Like, that's absolutely not right. And then they're throwing flash bombs that can mess up the kid's ear and then mess up everybody else's like vision and everything.
Witnesses claim federal agents had followed the vehicle for miles, apparently looking to apprehend the male driver.
An American citizen, and they dragged him out and supposedly had a warrant for his arrest, but not one showed a warrant.
Community activist Vereta Topete says it broke her heart seeing the children screaming. The woman frantic as agents violently dragged the man out of the car. Was the child screaming? Or?
He was crying. He was crying, and the mother was in a lot of distress. She was frantic. She was in distress.
The Department of Homeland Security issuing a statement again saying this was no hit and run. This was a targeted arrest of a violent rioter who punched a CBP officer when Homeland Security investigations tried to arrest Christian Damian Serrano Camacho for the assault. He attempted to flee. He was ultimately arrested and taken into custody. And that arrest here in Boyle Heights creating a lot of chaos and fear. The investigation continues. Live in Boyle Heights, Leo Stallworth, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
We watched this yesterday. Meatpacking employees block ICE cars with their bodies following the raid.
There has been so much collateral damage from the raids, the protests, and the violence. For instance, LA's Little Tokyo, a historic immigrant community, has been heavily vandalized.
But as Eyewitness News reporter Rob Hayes shows us, the turmoil.
By the way, before you say, how does it justify ramming an entire fucking car into an entire family, even if the guy actually punched a cop and like terrifying the children? Israel is how. Okay? These are all terror, the babies of terror. It's a baby. It is a baby of terror. One day the baby will grow and the baby will become a Hamas baby. It is collateral damage. Mahmoud Khalil is free. Yeah. Here it is. Breaking, we already covered this earlier, but yeah, breaking federal judge rules Mahmoud Khalil will suffer irreparable harm in detention and cannot be detained or deported based on Marco Rubio's determination. The judge ordered his release on bond by June 13th unless the government appeals by then. Historic ruling in historic case. He is set to be free. I don't know if he actually is free yet, but he is set to be free unless the government tries to intervene. I doubt that they have. I feel like they have a lot more on their plate than to intervene in this right now.
Oil has also created an opportunity to find some common ground.
ICE raids may have lit the fuse, but ICE didn't pay the price. Cars were burned, businesses were looted, and logic disappeared. Case in point, the Japanese-American National Museum.
Our museum is
Little Tokyo! Not Little Tokyo! Little Tokyo is occupied.
A beacon, as a champion for social justice and civil rights.
It was also one of the places hardest hit with graffiti during the protest.
There's a big caveat here. The judge, whose writing continues to be almost impenetrable, does not say whether Khalil may continue to be detained on a less prominent rationale that he failed to disclose past associations when he applied for his green card. What past associations? The two holdings set out in the text have no impact on the efforts to remove petitioner for reasons other than the Secretary of State's determination. Oh, the administration tacked on that allegation after Khalil's arrest, and Judge Farbiars is skeptical of it, but he clearly didn't rule out detention on that basis. Dude, it is crazy that they literally add on additional, they do post hoc, they do so many post hoc charges. Like, it is so obviously fucking ridiculous. What is the fucking association? Is past association with Christopher Halali, who took the video of him being arrested and has met with Hamas leader, then attended a terrorist funeral, and now Russia should be investigated? Wait, what? I didn't even know that there was a past association tacked on. What did they add? No, it's about work with UNRWA. Oh, dude, ain't no fucking way that they're saying, oh, he worked with UNRWA and UNRWA is Hamas. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking... Okay, well, I funded Hamas so much. I've given millions of dollars to Hamas then. We all have contributed to Hamas funds by literally fundraising for UNRWA. The United Nations... the United Nations agency, by the way. Get the fuck out of here. I thought that there would be something. Oh, God damn, dude. This is such a fucking mockery of what remains of the justice system. The government said Khalil had willfully failed to disclose material information when he applied for a green card in 2024. His internship with UNRWA, his having worked for the British Embassy in Beirut beyond 2022, and his association with Columbia University apartheid divest. Why would any of these things be pertinent to him not getting a fucking green card? What? What the fuck? Working with the British? How dare he? What? I read through the legal decision and the judge basically says while it's technically a valid violation, almost never acted upon by the government, so it feels as though the government is just using it as a pretext because the other reason isn't working out for them, but I won't say one way or another on this. Dude, this is a ridiculous standard to fucking apply. What the hell? It's like saying, oh, he was also a janitor for or had a summer internship at the United Nations and failed to disclose this. Ooh, what? Why the fuck would that be pertinent to a green card application? Basically, they're hyper scrutinizing him for any tiny thing that they can use against him, even stuff that wouldn't ordinarily be a problem for green card holders. Yeah, no, this is ridiculous. New York Daily News reporter hearing from sources at a New York City mayoral race polls about the drop showing Zohran Mamdani clinching the #1 spot from Andrew Cuomo for the first time. I'm not saying immigrants are causing my life to be bad or whatsoever. I'm just curious as friends are scared right now for ICE and just trying to gain knowledge as I'm not privy to much. What is this? Green card application form asks if you've ever been associated with the Communist Party in your home country. No, I know that. I know that. Trust me. I talk about that all the time when talking about how the fucking ridiculous prerequisites that exist for visa applications. Working for UNRWA or working at the British Embassy does not reach the standard of scrutiny, or even like apartheid divest. Starting the apartheid divest group on college campus is a post hoc rationalization. These are not things that previously the federal government used to deny people legal permanent residency. You can't just decide after the fact, once this person has been granted legal permanent residency, and you can't just decide after the fact that it's no longer something that we think is appropriate. Do you understand what kind of precedent that sets? It means that they can literally just take away people's legal permanent residency and maybe even retroactively take away people's naturalization and denaturalize people for things that in the future they decide is inappropriate. Kai, you okay, baby? Daddy yelling again? Dude, this dog is so fucking used to me yelling. Are you crazy? She also sleeps all day because I beat her ass in the morning. Yeah. She wrestles all morning when I'm training. She's also training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. She's doing BJJ every morning with the not one, but two Belgian Malinois that she dukes it out with like crazy. No, I know according to U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, is considered fraud and willful misrepresentation if a permanent residency application misrepresents material facts to conceal group memberships that would make them ineligible for permanent residency status. I know that. Yeah, that is for shit like, I don't know, being a part of Hamas or, unfortunately, being a part of a communist group or something, which is because we have antiquated, outdated laws around that sort of thing. Working for a United Nations charity group is not that. You can't. Remember, it says misrepresents material facts or conceal group memberships that would make them ineligible for permanent residency status. None of the things, even including apartheid divest, actually reaches that standard. Especially UNRWA is hilarious because America has historically been the largest funder of UNRWA, okay? The United States of America has historically been the largest funder of UNRWA. There is a reason why, even after the United States of America decided in unison with Israel to pull the plug on UNRWA funding, I did a shit ton of fundraisers for UNRWA, because what they say in the media and what kind of statements they make to massage the narrative or to gain some sort of like political upper hand is entirely different than the reality. Okay? They're just going after the fact that he didn't disclose the UNRWA thing. Not that UNRWA is Hamas. No, he probably didn't disclose the UNRWA thing because he didn't think it was pertinent to his green card application. There is no reason for secrecy there, chatters. Why the fuck? because it's nothing. It's like saying, hey, by the way, when you were in fucking high school, I heard that you were in the Marvel fan club. Now the government has decided that the Marvel fan club is actually a terrorist group. Sorry, you should have disclosed that you were a part of the fucking Marvel fan club when you were in high school. The fact that you didn't disclose that means we are revoking your citizenship. That's crazy. Which WoW guilds were you a part of? What was your fucking clan tag when you were playing Call of Duty? All of this is pertinent to the investigation. You might not be able to get your citizenship in the process, or we might revoke your legal permanent residency if we find out that you were actually putting FaZe Clan as a clan tag on your Call of Duty name without being a part of FaZe Clan. You were not really phasing up in the fucking streets. You're going to jail, bitch. That's what it's like. Yeah, article also says the government will have to prove the immigration judge that Khalil willfully failed to disclose that information and whether that disclosure would have impacted his eligibility for permanent residency. They'll try and say with the new rules that they implemented that they actually would have rendered him ineligible to get a permanent residency or some shit for the apartheid divestment. Not even UNRWA, by the way. I don't even think UNRWA in your record would actually deny you legal residency. Okay? The only thing that would meet the standard of scrutiny for the new rules would be the apartheid divest group. Having said that, however, when he applied for a permanent residency, it still would not have actually reached that same standard of scrutiny, and therefore he would have still gotten his fucking citizenship, or I'm sorry, permanent residency status. Now Kaya's leaving. She said, "No, I'm good." Where are you going? Where are you going, lady? Hi. Yes, retroactive terror attribution. That what fucking bullshit? If this doesn't prove everyone the fallacy of U.S. terror designation, I don't know what should. Yeah. Hi. Hi. She's so big. She's almost as tall as I am while I'm sitting on this chair. It's crazy.
Museum board member Bill Fujioka says he's...
Okay, I don't care about the Tokyo Museum, low-key.